Ready to decode history's fiercest battles through emojis? Let's see if you can name these wars just from a few clues. Can you guess this global conflict involving major powers? World War II global conflict. Which war led to the United States independence from Britain? American Revolutionary War. Fight for US independence. Which conflict was fought between the North and South in the US? American Civil War. North versus South in the US. Which war was a power struggle for the English throne? War of the Roses. English throne conflict. Can you name this prolonged conflict between France and England? Hundred Years' War. Long conflict between France and England. Which war was fought over the Falkland Islands? Falklands War. Island conflict between Britain and Argentina. Which conflict was the second major clash between the US and Britain? War of 1812. US versus Britain. Which wars involve battles with pirates on the high seas? Pirate Wars. Battles on the high seas. What was the conflict between Britain and China over trade and sovereignty? Opium Wars. Britain and China. Which war was a major conflict between France and Prussia? Franco-Prussian War. France versus Prussia. Which conflict involved India and Pakistan over disputed territories? Indo-Pakistani War. Conflict over disputed territories. Name the long-standing rivalry that involved England and France. Anglo-French Wars. Rivalry between England and France. Which wars occurred during the US expansion across native lands? American Indian Wars. Conflict during US expansion. This war was a territorial conflict between US and Mexico. Mexican-American War. Territorial conflict. Which conflict involves naval battles between England and Spain? Anglo-Spanish War. Naval warfare. Name the revolution that brought change in Mexico. Mexican Revolution. Struggle for reform. This was a period of conflict among Japanese warlords. Sengoku period. Japanese warring states. Which wars were part of Portugal's overseas battles? Portuguese colonial wars. Overseas battles. What was Japan's transformation period symbolized by a cherry blossom? Meiji Restoration. Japan's transformation. This English conflict was between monarchy and parliament. English Civil War. Monarchy versus parliament. Guessing them right so far? Show some love with a like if you're up for the next level of challenges. Which wars were fought by European nations against Napoleon? Napoleonic Wars. Europe against Napoleon. Which conflict involved Native American resistance in the US? Apache Wars. Native American resistance. Which wars were fought by British in India? Anglo-Indian Wars, British in India. Which war involved Russia and the Ottoman Empire? Crimean War, Russian and the Ottoman Empire. Which war divided North and South Korea? Korean War, North versus South Korea. Which series of conflicts were fought in medieval Italy among rival city-states? Italian Wars, battles between Italian city-states and foreign powers. Which war led to the revolutionary change in France? French Revolution, fight for change in France. Which wars were fought between the British and South Africans? Boer Wars, British versus South Africans. Which series of battles were fought in medieval Egypt against invading Crusaders? Crusades in Egypt, battle between Egypt and the Crusaders. Which war was between Denmark and Prussia? Second Schleswig War, Denmark versus Prussia. Which wars involved the British and the Zulu Kingdom? Zulu Wars, British versus Zulu Kingdom. Which revolution was fought for Philippine independence? Philippine Revolution, fight for independence. Which war involved Russia and Sweden in Northern Europe? Great Northern War, Russia versus Sweden. Which conflict involved Siam and France? Franco-Siamese War, conflict over Siam. Which war was between the US and British Canada? War of 1812, US versus British Canada. Which war involved the Mongols invading the Khwarezmian Empire? Mongol-Khwarezmian War, Mongol invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire. That's the end of the battlefield. How many wars could you guess right? Drop your scores in the comments, and subscribe if you're ready for more intense challenges. Think you can identify history's greatest figures with just a few emojis? Some of these might just surprise you. Click on this video to find out.